I also want to ask you about a separate topic, and this is about the fact that the former White House press secretary, Stephanie Grisham, said this week that she, along with something like a dozen or so former Trump administration officials, they're going to somehow get together and try to come up with a plan to try to stop former President Trump from spreading disinformation. I just want to get your take as a reporter who's talked to so many people who are close to him, who understand how he's thinking, whether there's any sort of possibility that that's successful.
You know, I think this is really interesting. I've interviewed a lot of the people who were close to President Trump that day and also in the days coming up to it for our book and for the Washington Post. And what I've found is that there's a real divide. There are people who are livid with the president to this day. Stephanie's among them, but there are others livid at the way he handled January 6th, the way he essentially lit the match, tossed the grenade, allowed this to go forward and did nothing to stop it. And that anger is fueling a lot of efforts to, of course, cooperate with the committee. What I think, Yamiche, and of course, I don't like to speculate, but I think the power of this group is their actual testimony in hearings in which they narrate their experiences, in which they explain this is how bad it was behind the curtain. You know, here's the Wizard of Oz, but here's how it really was that day. President Trump says it was no big deal. I'm here to tell you it was a big deal, and this is how nervous and scared and beseeching we were that he do something. And I have to say there's another important character in this, and that is the people around the vice president. They are as angry as you can imagine about the way in which Donald Trump targeted his most loyal vice president, somebody who stood noddingly next to him for 4 years. And basically, Donald Trump put a bullseye on the back of his head on January 6th. And those are important narrators as well.